It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. It's Mitchell Trubisky leading out the Chicago Bears here. Loss in Week 9 to Philadelphia, 22-14, a game in which the offense again struggled. Mitchell Trubisky in that game just 10 of 21, no touchdowns, and gosh, he's played in the 6 full games that he's played in, Charles. He hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in 4 of them.
Major surprise to me. I thought the elevation began last year. Mitchell Trubisky was going to make that progress towards being the quarterback that Chicago expected when they drafted him. I thought for sure this year we would see another jump. Not even close. Just 125 yards through the air against Philadelphia. And, they struggled in the secondary this year. I keep wondering if there's going to be a quarterback change. I thought it might occur at the half against Philly when they were down 19-0. But Matt Nagy, the head coach, stuck with
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground with a rookie from Iowa State, David Montgomery. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 6 catches, 131 yards, and also the score.
And he's trying to prove the adage is not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong. Takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Here's Trubisky to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was all capped off by Mitchell Trubisky's touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So here are the Lions under second-year coach Matt Patricia. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Trying to get it to Thomas and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Quick six. That's what they call us.
We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit Lions are 3-4-1 through 9 weeks of the NFL season here. Their offense coming back out, CD, gives us a chance to kind of talk about their season. Every game seems to be the same, right? In Week 9, again, they're right there, and then they lose a close one against Oakland 31-24.
That is a great point. It does feel like when you watch Detroit play, they're in every game that they play. Sometimes they get over the top and get a win, but more times than not, something goes a little bit haywire, and that's why they're 3-4-1. Remember, this season started 2-0-1 and probably should have been 3-0 after blowing.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, and that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. They'll run with McKissick. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And now the offense for Detroit.
And this certainly doesn't seem like an ideal situation for them because they're coming in on a losing streak, and they've got the quick turnaround right here to Thursday night. But maybe that's for the best. Get right back on the horse and go at it again and not dwell on the losing that they've had in recent weeks.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Oftentimes you say some guys have a knack for creating turnovers. He forced a fumble last week, forces another one.
And one of my good coaching buddies, Frank Delano, always told me, hey, Davis, creating turnovers is not as much about skill as it is about desire.
Oh, I thought it was going to be will, because will rhyme with skill.
Come on.
But desire. We'll go with desire.
You the rhyme master now?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's second down. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
If there's ever such a thing as a downside to such a nice drive, it's that we didn't get a chance to talk about them earlier. But I would have said, keep an eye on this offensive line and let's see how it performs. And so far, so great, because they've already gotten their running back into the end zone.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Time to roll through the starters defensively for Detroit. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
He can't hit me. He's not going to get me.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Here comes Amendola. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Here's McKissick. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check three.
A carry now for McKissick. Fights through and now a crease. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Caught by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Push him back.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. I want to revisit some Week 9 numbers for the Bears and the Eagles as the Bears come back out here on offense, CD. You know,
are we gonna revisit Bears numbers on offense?
Well, it wasn't good. You mentioned it was 19-0 at half. They were down to Philly. The Bears only had 9 yards of offense in those first 2 quarters and finished with just 164.
Hard to believe because we know the Bears are a defense-first team, but it's not like they don't have players on the offensive side of the ball. They've got people who can make plays, who can gain yardage, who can get into the end zone, and it just hasn't happened. I cannot believe we're saying this, but Chicago's lost 4 straight, and they're in last place in the NFC North after winning the division in 2018.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Now it's Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, he'll run it. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Let's go, defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trubisky's throw pulled in by Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Out of the gun, Trubisky forced out to his left. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Lock in, lock in. Watch the screen.
Now Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 3rd down.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll get back to you and Charles in Detroit in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at what's following our 2 games later today. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium, as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. In the late afternoon games, it'll be loud in Kansas City, that's for sure, as it'll be the Chiefs taking on the Oakland Raiders. And finally, on Sunday...
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A reminder, if you think we're done after this, you are so wrong. We've got the Bills and Cowboys in the traditional Thanksgiving afternoon game in Dallas, and then one more after that to top it all off. The Saints and the Falcons from Atlanta, 8 Eastern. Finish your turkey, finish your pie, and watch us. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here comes Cohen. Shrugs him off. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. Mitchell Trubisky on his way out, the subject of our players' spotlight. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but... At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. He'll find his tight end. That's Ben Braunecker. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now it's Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing here, Trubisky. Steps away to his left. Now Trubisky lost the football. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Ben Braunecker, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as the Bears push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3-and-out.
Right back to him on first down. And an alley to run. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Blue 60. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On first down, Stafford here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing to Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Play action. Stafford to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Amendola, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now Stafford. And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Danny Amendola, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
18. Hey, ball. Patch it. Check 52. Jim. Jim.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And quickly, they get to the line.
Watch QB
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll go down at the 28. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run on first down. It's Montgomery. And down inside the 15 he goes. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Alert. Check nickel. Alert.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Trubisky to throw. The quick slant caught. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run forward Montgomery. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. as the Bears push further out in front.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. A 10-play drive that time. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Stafford. Amendola's got it. Complete. To the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Chicago, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the loss is number 8 for them.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment claiming his innocence.